Yay.
We're on. We're on. Okay.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's BoobTube. And of course, it's not BoobTube without my favorite co-hosts, Casey Carter and Desirable, aka Desiree Bottom. I am Kari, Platinum Pussy Anthony. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
You know,
Hey.
you get to the introducing of us
Introduction?
quick. Yeah, the introducing. You get there faster and faster every time. So I'm like, oh wait, hold on. I gotta hit the button. I'm not ready. Yeah, so I gotta be ready. I gotta be like this.
Because it just feels weird when I'm by myself because it's not the me show. It's the three of us. So I like to just get, like, I had my long intro at one time and then I was like, this is weird.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'm like, I was so used to, but we good. Okay, first of all, I want to shout out the fact that, hey, Michael, and I'm shouting out Michael specifically because this is a comment from Twitter, aka X. When we first started doing this, the only comments we could see were from YouTube.
And Facebook. When we were on Facebook.
Well, I don't know that he ever put us. Did we ever get on Facebook?
Yeah, we used to get Facebook comments.
Okay. I don't recall.
Maybe not. Maybe that's my other page. But anyway.
Yeah.
But now we can see you.
Now we can see.
Hi.
Now we can see.
Hi, Sam.
X Twitter comments, and I'm really happy about that.
Hey. Me too. It's so weird when Desiree's like, by the way, hi, so and so, so and so, so and so, and we like try to rush them into like a little segment here and there in between talking about different shows. So congratulations, StreamYard. I mean StreamYard.
Moving on up.
Restream.
Whoever does it.
Restream.
Wherever the source of adding the X comments, thank you so much, because now everyone gets to be a part of the party and we don't feel like anyone gets left out. So welcome. Hello, everybody on X. YouTube, you guys are like familiar with us. If you're not, welcome to our page. We are the BoobTube people. We talk about entertainment, movies, TV, things that you're watching all over the world.
We talk about boobs.
You know,
from time to time, Casey gives us a little.
When it's appropriate, you know.
Yeah. We try to avoid those conversations because in the past we've been put on timeout.
And not even for any real reason. I mean, let's just be honest. We keep it pretty. We probably swear more than we are sexual.
Yep.
Well,
facts.
Not intentionally.
Well,
we definitely water down the Kool-Aid to make it appropriate for the YouTube.
All platforms.
Maybe we should start doing a special show on X since we seem to be a little bit more freedom of speech.
Adult?
I don't know. Whatever we think we can get away with. I'm just
right. So now that you know why we're here, if you could just take a moment to click share, to click subscribe, to click like, you know, we would really, really appreciate that. It helps our engagement and it helps the higher ups because, you know, we're just the little people. It lets them know how much you value and enjoy our show. And that's what's kept us on for almost 4 years.
4 years. Holler at it.
We need a celebration.
Let me just say this. I absolutely love being able to talk about the fact that we were one of many shows EXXXOTICA produced during the COVID year. And look at us now. Not only are we still here, we get to do our own thing.
We took over. Well,
Yay!
that's not necessarily true. What happened was one day the man behind the curtain said, "I got something to do.
And
Imma
never came
need
back.
Casey, since you know how to run this whole system, Imma let you run the show."
He
And he
he
just never came back.
he never came back. He went to
He has
his kids.
threatened us
He
with
went to his
with an
kids' baseball
appearance.
game and never came back.
Right. He was
and
like, "Oh, y'all got this." And
and
we were like, "Well, shit, as long as you as long as you keep the show available, it'll be here."
we'll do
So,
it. We'll do it. And I will say this too: as much as we miss Jay, I don't think not one of us would begrudge him the opportunity to do stuff with his kids. You know, especially his
Correct.
kids.
not in the
They're at
very
that
least.
teenage, those
Least.
teenage years, high
Wait a minute.
activity, all of that
It's
stuff.
beyond that. Jay is an amazing dad. Okay? Let's just
Yep.
say that. Jay is an amazing dad and he loves those kids so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never
Mm.
get in between that.
Take that
Ever.
away. Take that time
Nope.
away.
Nope.
Correct.
Nope. So it makes it even more special that he, rather than shut the whole thing down, let us just go ahead and take over.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
could not be more grateful, could not be happier for the kids to be able to have their dad available to do stuff. And so, yay. Yay. Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to our Exotica family.
All y'alls.
Yeah. Are you
Anywho,
going to Chicago?
heck yeah. Okay, so here's what's funny. Jay sent me a message the other day, like, "Hey, so you going to Chicago?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "Okay, great." And then I'm thinking, "Oh shit, we're in March," and I forgot to, like, do the thing. So I had to, yeah.
I'm still waiting for I've been going through the last couple of months backstory. 2023, I neglected all my health stuff. Okay. 2024, I was like, I cannot neglect myself anymore. I have to take care of myself. And that's why a lot of people have noticed that I've been isolated and not really as involved with social media. And, a lot of people feel like I just abandoned them. I'm taking care of me. Okay. I had a lot of things happen last year. And one of the major things that I neglected was my health. So this year, I've had a ton of appointments and it's just been one thing after the next. And luckily, most of them have come back that I'm in decent health. I'm not going to say good health or great health, but I'm in decent health. Like I'm not too bad. But there's a couple of things that are and so until I get those results back, I don't want to commit to going to Chicago because there is a possibility that I'll need to be somewhere else during that time. So
Aw.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't want to commit
Yeah, no, I got you.
and
I
then
got you.
bail out. So I've been just kind of waiting things out.
Facts. Health
Yeah.
is wealth.
Yeah,
Health
no, I
is
mean,
wealth.
I'm just saying,
Yep.
That's where we be. But at the same time, yes, you got to prioritize Kari. So,
I mean, I'm still gonna book my hotel and just in case.
just in case, I got you.
Because April might hit and I might be like, fuck it. I might just be like, Chicago. So
Okay.
I'm in that phase. But you know what? This happened last year too. Remember, I was going through stuff last year and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but I ended up coming to every show. So I'm also going to be honest. I'm exhausted. I've gone to every show since 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Every show. I've not missed not one show for 3 years. A bitch is tired.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I get you.
So
I get you. I get you.
but we got some shows to talk about. It has been so some things have come back. We're in like new seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I also have been catching up on Love is Blind,
Oh.
which
Ooh.
Desiree. Mhm. So I left off at season 4. I just finished season 5 and I am almost to the getaways on season 6. But I'm gonna be honest, I kind of cheated and went on the internet to find out who ends up going to the weddings, which is actually airing tonight. The actual weddings air tonight. So I don't know exactly all of who got together or whatever. I just know of a couple of them. But I just will say this. So season 5, have you caught up on season 5, Desiree?
No.
Oh. Well, for those of you
It's
that have
okay.
watched Love
It's
is
okay
Blind
though.
season 5, Uche is
Talk
a
about it.
douche. Uche is a douche. Okay? Uche is a
that's
douche.
funny.
And Johnny is a whack case. But anyways, other than that, I'm so happy for Lydia and Milton. And that's it for Love is Blind season 5. I just thought I'd share that because I've been catching up on it. It's not really, I don't know, like I just saw it on the other day and I was like, Desiree did bring it up in one of our shows. So let me just And then I was like, oh, addicted. Oh my God. Who's gonna get together? I will say though, for season 6, so season 6, there's this guy named Michael, right? And this is something I knew was gonna eventually happen on the show. Maybe it's happened before, I just didn't catch it. He says the same exact thing to multiple females. Such a douchey thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
he's and
is. Yeah.
I was really upset because the one of the girls, I really, really like her, and I was like, she really liked him, and he was rude anyways. I think they led up to that. Like, there were times that he would go into the pod and they would say one thing or laugh or do something that just irritated him, and he wouldn't even say goodbye. He'd just literally walk out, and they'd be like, "Hello?
What's
Hello?"
happened?
I'm
Oh,
like,
what
"That's
a
a douche
jerk.
thing."
That's epic.
Anyway,
That's annoying. Okay,
who
wait,
else
hold
is
on.
happy about BMF?
I am, but I
Ooh.
just want to point out that Christopher basically shouted us out, right? But today I
Hi.
am Casey all night. I like that.
Well, I'm BBW Platinum Pussy. Well, at least Desirable Bottoms. Is that your name or is it just with no S?
Yeah, no S.
Listen, I love it.
Chris,
I love it.
I love it.
I like
That's
our own little
great.
nicknames. Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kari. I know you were about to go somewhere, but I saw that and was like, wait, hold on a second. I got to shout that out.
Yep.
Thanks,
Okay,
Chris.
anywho. Oops, my bad.
He said it was
You
my
good.
bad.
It's
You good.
okay.
We are
It's
thoroughly
okay.
entertained, honey. You good.
Hey,
We are
We love it.
we're all
We love
humanoids.
it.
At least you
We
shouted
love
us out. We appreciate it. Hello, Zany.
Facts.
Hello, J&J
Facts.
Swingers from Rochester, New
Rochester,
York.
New York.
Woo, woo.
New York, Captain Scorpio's in the house. Amon
Hey.
MK. Michael Feeney. Yes.
Don't you
I
just love
love
the
all
new
these
names?
comments.
I love the new names.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
Okay.
Agreed.
So
what I was saying before we
BMF.
pointed out Christopher's, calling us out. Did you say the IBS conference? Is that the International Bowel Syndrome? Isn't that what IBS is?
Well,
Anyway.
I'm sure it's other things too.
So BMF is back on. The first episode of season 3 hit the airways, and I had to watch it immediately because love me some BMF. Another show produced by 50 Cent.
Biddy.
Yes.
50 Cent.
Biddy.
You can find me in the
50 Cent.
club. Yeah.
Battle full of
And
bubs.
it's interesting because this season, Meech is down in Atlanta by himself,
Ah.
and Terry is up here in Detroit.
By himself.
No, he is caught in a love triangle.
Well, I don't. Okay, so technically, yeah, he's in a love triangle. But if you ask him, nah, he not.
He got a baby mama and a new chick.
Mm-hmm.
But the new chick got sprayed.
Mm-hmm.
She made it.
Mm-hmm.
She made it. But he
But
brought her to the
to the
house,
mama, hold on,
to the mama's house, where
Wait,
the baby mama lives, and is pregnant
listen.
with baby number 2.
I was blown away. Like I know Meech is ballsy like that, but I didn't think Terry was ballsy like that. Like, you know, you roll up, and it was like Sunday dinner style too. And he roll up in there with her, and I'm like,
He's whooped. He is whooped.
Ooh.
hello?
He is PW like a mofo. But look
Oh,
who's in the house.
yes, I'm
Quick
about to
shout
get up
out.
on it. I'm about to
Alex.
get up on it.
Alex Miles, the original
Yay.
Boob Tube family with Zany, Whitney.
OG.
I don't know where Jason is, but Jason needs to get his ass in here.
Wait, what? Okay,
Axel
we
Foley.
need an all points bulletin for Jason. Jason
got-
don't miss a show.
Red Misunderstood is in here.
Jason
But where
don't
the
miss a
hell
show.
is Jason?
Jason must not be feeling well because he know what date it is. He know what day.
Right.
Jason be here when we show up.
Right.
Okay, all right.
He's
So,
usually the number 1 in chat.
Anywho, if for those of you who know Jason, please tell Jason we's looking for him. Just saying.
Right. Jason, I don't know where you at right now, but we live.
And you're not.
And you're
And
not.
you're not. Anyway,
so BMF season 3, episode 1. It is our fix until the next. I don't know if they're bringing out Force or Ghost Book 2, but until the next Power series hits the airwaves, you got BMF. And for me, you know, gives me that 50 Cent feeling. My appetizer.
The fix.
appetizer.
My appetite. Yeah, Jason's in trouble.
Jason's in trouble.
He's always here. Like, he's in the chat before we ever even go live.
Yes, exactly.
So for him not to be here, and Whitney's not here either.
Something not right. Something not right. Something not right.
Oh, Whitney is here.
Yes.
Whitney. Okay. I would like to sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart, Whitney, because he's like, I'm here, front row and center. Woo, woo.
Okay, I was gonna say now, we got to stay focused because.
Yeah, go ahead,
Anyway.
Casey. What's on your list? What you been watching, girl?
Oh, we didn't. Are we done talking about BMF? Because
yeah, we're done.
All right. Well, in that case, I ain't watching Stidley nor squat. I honestly have been watching. Yeah, I know it's weird. I've watched a lot of background TV. So even when I went back to try to figure out what did I watch, I've been rewatching things that I've already watched because I was working on projects and didn't want to actually focus and not pay attention. So I've been watching a lot of nothing or things I've already seen. But
like the Poltergeist?
No. But let me say this. I instead I started making a list of things that I am interested in watching and things that I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I'm going to start with, what the fuck is that? And in that category, I have Spaceman starring Adam Sandler on Netflix. And let me tell you how it earned the what the fuck is that award. I'm watching and I'm like, okay, Adam Sandler, you know, every now and then he plays something serious. And this is one of those movies where he's an astronaut. He's traveling to somewhere in the universe. And he's by himself. So I'm like, first and foremost, oh my God, that's interesting. He's by himself. Then you see he's talking to someone. And you're like, oh, he's talking to an alien. Okay. And then you see exactly what he's talking to. He's talking to a giant MFing spider on a spaceship. It's a giant spider. Giant spider. Giant spider.
Like, wait a minute. If you have arachnophobia, would you be scared?
Yes, it's a giant ass human-sized spider. Yes. And the spider is talking in this very calm, therapist voice. talking about how it was traveling through the universe and it came across humans and stopped to study and learn our language. And then it stumbled on Adam Sandler traveling and felt his energy and wanted to get to know him better. I'm like, and it's funny because I said to Lorenzo or somebody who I was talking to about this, I'm like, I want to know what space gas station did he pull over at that the spider had a chance to jump into the back seat of the spaceship and stow away. How does the spider just show up? And why is it a spider? Did he have some sort of whatever, like, is this alien like really like a spirit and somewhere got into the mind of Adam Sandler and decided I'm going to appear as a giant spider because that would make the human feel okay? And you know what scares me more than anything about this program? How much money do you want to bet Dude's going to get nominated for an award for this movie?
Right?
Here's what
Like,
I want to know.
Okay. Go
Who
ahead.
the fuck co-signed for this shit? Who the fuck
Netflix,
said
right? Netflix.
let's spend $20 million and
Oh.
make a movie about this dude who goes to space and spends the entire movie talking to a fucking spider?
Not just a spider, a giant human-sized spider. You know, there's a scene where the spider is sitting in the co-pilot seat of the spaceship, looking out the window, looking out the windshield, and then you see it talking to Adam Sandler. And I'm like, and I can't tell you, I've watched the trailer so many times, I think there's something wrong with me. Because I'm like, this is not what
Okay.
Really?
Let's stop for a second. Okay. We haven't seen the movie yet, no?
No. Mm-mm.
So maybe the spider is a metaphorical like connection or something.
Well,
Here's what I want to know. Who the fuck said, yeah, Adam, that'd be a real good idea. Let's spend $20 million making a movie about you in a spaceship talking to a giant spider.
and again,
Like
this
who's
is why
high?
this is why I say, of all the things you could have been that was weird, giant spider? Okay.
Like, you don't have anybody in your camp that says, Adam, I know that's some good weed. I know you smoked you a good one last night.
But
that's got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life.
That's what I was just going to say. Where did he go from, like, Uncut Gems to Spaceman?
I don't know. But, you know, if one of y'all has seen it, or if one of y'all want to take that on as a homework assignment and report back next week, thank you.
I'll do it.
I'll
do it because I'm like a huge Adam Sandler fan.
Okay, well there you
go.
go.
I love all of his work.
There you go.
I'm on it.
I like Adam Sandler too, but I would really love to have the kind of money where I can just be like, you know what? Let's just spend $20 million and have Casey in a spaceship talking to a dildo, a giant dildo.
That might actually be interesting.
Do it!
That might be interesting.
So when's the last time you had a vagina?
We need like.
Have you ever?
Need a kick.
Need a Kickstarter for the parody.
Yeah, Kickstarter fund. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Anyways,
Desi.
I'm gonna go with. Okay, I started watching Survivor again. It's like reality TV. I think they're in there. I don't even know how many seasons. Like a long
like
time.
The 5 millionth season. It's like the 5 million.
Right.
It's gotta
they're
be 30.
Still going. Yeah,
36,
or more.
30.
Jeff.
90.
It's Jeff. What's his name? Jeff. I don't know his last name.
That narrows it down.
Probit. Yeah. What's his name? I don't know.
We'll
but yeah. So
I love how you did your homework, Desiree.
Well, I can't remember. I see the face, but I'm bad at names. So
yeah.
What's his name? Works.
Jeff something. Jeff.
Yeah,
what's his name?
I'm good with Jeff.
We'll go with Jeff.
So there was like they have well, you know how Survivor is, right? They put like a whole bunch of people. There was this one girl, and she is like so entitled, like very arrogant. She's very like, I'm a millionaire. I own a business. I don't need the money. So I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't have said that, because you know you're gonna be the first one that's gonna get voted off now. You shouldn't have said that. You should have went.
Kept your mouth shut.
Yep. So she's like, well, you know, she's like, she wants to date other people, but they feel like, because she makes all the money, they don't feel, you know, like it's not equal, or it's not like she's just like one of those people who are like, you know, talks about I make all the money, blah blah blah, and this and that. She can't find anybody else who wants to be with her because of that. They feel inferior, this and that. She's got a daughter, so she's like, well, I'm just on here to like show people that I can do it. This is something else I can do. So I mean, mad props. Like I said, I don't hate on other people getting their bag. You know, you do what you got to do to get your bag. I applaud people like that. But she shouldn't have said nothing about making all that money and blah 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 and this and that, because now I'm telling you guys, she's gonna get voted off. There was another guy though who got the idol, but now there's a twist in this one. So it said he found the box, and the clue said he had to dig. He dug and he found it. And then the other clue was he couldn't vote. So now on the next elimination, if he wants the idol to keep him safe from getting voted out in the game, he can't vote anybody. Like his vote is taken away. And then they just have to, like, he's got to roll with it. So I'm excited to see what happens next episode. And they're starting to plot, you know, like make alliances and plot against one another. And
I remember when Survivor came out, it was during the writer's strike of whatever that time period was. But during that writer's strike is really what gave rise to reality TV. Not that it was the first of reality TV, because I think those of us who are old enough can remember MTV's
I remember
Road
that.
Rules and you know,
Real World
and all of that.
Yeah.
But the writer strike that happened, whenever that was, literally gave rise to reality TV, to the extent that it became not only huge but a moneymaker. And here we are now with it everywhere. It is just as a regular part of TV programming as a sitcom, a drama, you know.
And it dawned on me, can I talk about something real quick? So I don't know if you guys heard, but now they're making a Law and Order Toronto. I was like, what? Yeah. So they're gonna make like a Canadian one, which is really dope. So I haven't seen it yet, but it is like it's live. I just don't know what date, but
okay,
I'll have to check it out. Yeah. So Law and Order Toronto.
Canada. Go ahead with your Canada. So when we were on last, I mentioned I saw a show called Prison Wives. And I would love to say that I watched it, but I literally started watching it and instantly was like shaking my head, only to find out it was actually filmed in 2014, so it's 10 years old. But the little bit that I did see, there's like, okay, so the basis of the show is that these are women. Some of them are women that were like in relationships or married prior to their spouses going into prison. But I was surprised to find out that actually there's one who married him after meeting him on a dating app for prisoners, which I didn't know existed. So there's that. And in order for them to have conjugals, or for, you know, for them to be able to see, like for her to go be able to see him, they had to get married. And so that was interesting. But there's this one character on there. There's this one girl who her husband's in jail for like assault, 10 years for an assault. And then there's there's a couple that just have like minor, I guess, minor prison sentences, but then the rest of them, their husbands are in for like murder. And it's interesting watching how this one girl who thinks she's so high and mighty is like not wanting to uh like befriend or chat or like open up to these other girls because their husbands are in for something more serious. And I'm just like, a sentence is a sentence, a felon is a felon. Like the only difference between assault and the M word is that your husband's had bad aim, but the situation could have easily been, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm not saying either is good or bad or indifferent. I'm just like, damn, how the hell? So this only goes to show that no matter what environment you're in, people just judge
Mm-hmm.
for no
True.
reason. I'm like, y'all are all prison wives and you're on a TV show getting clout for being a prison wife and you have the audacity. So anyways, I couldn't continue to watch it. I was just like, mm-mm. Uh, I just couldn't get into it. It was not really my thing.
Mm.
So
So
Okay. Oh,
go ahead,
go
Jess.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So speaking of prison wives, I don't know what it was, but I was like, I don't know if it was TikToks or like YouTube shorts, but there is this girl, and I'm not saying she was making fun of like people in jail, obviously, but she was like just dressing up, and it was kind of like her shorts or TikToks or whatever, they were kind of funny. So she was like say your room when you're in jail, like your roommate, takes a number two in the stall or whatever, like, so they're going to take a shower or whatever, and like time is limited, they only have a certain amount of time to recreation, do this and that, right? So she was like doing just like, I don't know if you want to call it funny jokes or stupid jokes or whatever, things like that. And then like I said, I don't know if it was just like mocking people or just doing it for views, you know what I mean, like clout. But I don't know. It was just like I kept scrolling and I kept seeing something like that. So
I'm gonna say this. What I find really interesting, and I don't know if you guys have seen this on TikTok, but there's a series of people that have like prison recipes and the many things that you can do with Cheetos, ramen. And I am so like in awe because I'm sitting at home with a kitchen full of food trying to figure out what I'm going to make. And these people are in prison making gourmet meals out of Cheetos, ramen, hot
doing
sauce,
what they got to do.
doing what they got to do. And I'm just like,
Facts.
Hmm.
Mad
I
respect.
guess you really got to be innovative.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But what you got, Casey? You got anything else on there or just more background noise?
Well, before I go to the next thing I want to talk about, I want to shout out to a new viewer, BK_Dick, asking about our handles. And if you stay to the end of the show, we are going to post up all of our handles that we use. So just hold on.
Hold on tight.
So the next thing on my list, because as I mentioned, I watched a lot of just whatever. So the next thing on my list that I have in the I might watch category is something called The Program: Cons, Cults, and Kidnapping. And
Ooh.
hold on a second, let me find this real quick. I'm
What is it on?
It's Netflix, and I'm a bit fascinated with it. Let's see, hold on, I'm trying to find it so I can tell you. So it is basically about, it says, years after being sent to a disciplinary school, a woman still haunted by her experiences exposes the corruption and abuse of the troubled teen industry. So here's what was interesting is if you watch enough promos, you kind of get like piece together what this is all about. And some of the promos or one of the promos talked about kids, basically like human trafficking of these kids, that they were physically abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused. They once they got there, they couldn't leave, they couldn't talk to family. And supposedly they did something bad, which is what got them sent to this location. But this one girl in one of the promos says that she was accused of doing drugs or being a drug addict. She's like, and I've never done drugs, never did drugs, never did it. And
Wow.
they in the promo, they basically talk about how the kids are abused, but at the end of the day, the real con was done to the parents, because the parents are the ones who are convinced to take these kids to drop their kids off at this place. And it kind of gives you the impression that some really bad things happen to these kids. So I have it on my list as something that I think I want to check out, because it's the way they describe it as the business of um troubled teen industry, the corruption and abuse of the troubled teen industry. That line in and of itself reminded me of what they say about, since we talked about prison, what they say about incarceration, that the prison system, and how it is a huge moneymaker, absolute huge moneymaker. And it's a scary thought that people would allow their children to be abused, thinking that someone can better discipline or take care of their kids than they can.
It sounds like the program that you're talking about is there's another one on Netflix called Hell Camp: Teen Nightmare,
Mm.
and I did watch that, which was about a man who created in the 80s this I don't know if he like was the start of it or if he just happened to be during that time,
Mm-hmm.
but he had a very long history of these teen camps where several of them were starved, abused, essayed. Like there's a lot of, trauma, and they were treated like crap. And I think the most surprise, I mean, the abuse wasn't the surprise. I think the surprise for me was how much money these parents spent to send their
Mm-hmm.
kids to these places.
Yep.
And how do you sleep at night
Right. How do
knowing
you
that you're
justify
taking this money and you're getting paid to abuse these children? Like the children are already
yeah.
something's already happened. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you're just profiting from the continued abuse of these kids who now, of course, because they've gotten into trouble, their parents don't believe them because they're already, you know, and I don't know if it was done and a lot of what they said was like it was supposed to be like a scared straight kind of thing, but I don't know. I'm glad that's not really a thing anymore. Well, I hope it's not really a thing anymore
And that's the
because
crazy thing is, I mean, how do you know it's not a thing anymore? I don't know. But wait, before I forget, there was one other thing I did watch, and I know I'm out of order and I'm taking two, but I just want to remember to say this and we can circle back. But I did watch J Lo's "This Is Me Now," and that was quite interesting.
me
Ooh.
too.
Okay,
But
so then
wait, the
talk about it.
documentary
Yeah.
that
What
went before, did you watch the
I
documentary?
haven't seen that yet.
So I'll be honest, when I
Mm-hmm.
first saw that This Is Me Now and I saw that it was a musical
Mm-hmm.
thing, I was like, I don't like
Mm.
musicals.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not a big fan of the Beyoncé musical and like all of these movies that people make to sell their music. If I want to see a movie, I want to see
A movie.
a movie.
Facts. I
But I
agree.
will say this, them making the documentary about the musical is
Uh-huh.
what sold me on the
Mhm.
musical. So, I don't know
Ah.
if that was Ben Affleck or Jen or whoever came up with that idea, But once I saw the documentary and
Okay.
saw that at one point they tried to sell it to all the major networks, they were on the hook under getting ready. I don't know if they were on contract or something had happened and they pulled out. And Jen said, "That's okay. I'll pay for it out of my own pocket." Because she didn't want to fire the people that
Ah,
were already involved, like the dancers and the makeup
Wow.
artists and the costume people. And like
Okay.
they'd already started production. So
Okay.
she was like, "I'll use my own money." And then Amazon ended up buying it at the end. And so I went and watched This Is Me Now. So
Okay.
you liked
nice.
it?
Well, I'll have to watch the documentary, but I have to be honest, kind of like you. I'm not a fan of that particular style. And I don't honestly know what made me watch it. I'm not really sure. I don't know. But I did. And I have to admit, I was entertained. I think I was entertained because it wasn't completely a musical. I was entertained because as I'm watching it, I'm realizing this isn't this isn't just some, hey, let me make a long form music video. This was her being transparent, and that's what kept me watching. And then after I watched that, I learned there was the documentary, and so I told myself I'm going to go back and watch the documentary. But
Watch the documentary. It is
yeah,
really, really, when I say that Jennifer Lopez, now I'm not a Jennifer Lopez
right,
fan.
right,
I
right, right.
do like Jennifer Lopez. I do like Jennifer as an actor. I like her as an artist. Um, and I'll admit there's been some stories about her being like a bitch to people and things of that nature. But this was a very strategic
Hmm.
and incredibly intelligent move because she opens up. The documentary more so than, I mean, in the actual This Is Me Now, yes, she opens up and share like and she does it in a very entertaining way. Like you said, like I was surprised at how good it was,
Hmm.
how well thought out it was, how the dance numbers and the songs, and I was afraid it was gonna be the Ben and Jen story. Like I was just really
Right,
not in the mood for this. Oh,
right,
we're back, we're together again. The love of my,
right.
like I didn't want to hear about that.
And I thought the way because the opening sequence, you see just enough to go, okay, that's him, but then that's really it. Except of course for the character that he plays, but it isn't about them during the course of the movie. And that I think also made it viewable, because I agree, Carrie. I think I probably would have thought it was corny and contrived if it had been about them the whole time. So it and too, I like Jennifer Lopez. I'm not trying to get Jennifer Lopez concert tickets. I'm not buying Jennifer
Right, right,
Lopez
right,
music. I'm not doing any of those things, but I like her. I like her from the days of being a fly girl when she was just Jenny from the block, right?
right.
Before, whatever. But I did really come to appreciate her transparency and the fact that she all that we've seen of all these relationships was her trying to heal the little girl, trying to get love for the little girl. And that I think is what really, really did it for me is just
Same. It
wanting to be
resonated
loved.
with me when the little girl, when she says, what is, she said something about, and the little girl says, "But you didn't love me."
Me. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
That made me cry. I
Yeah.
was like, "Whoo."
That was so deep.
That hit home in so many ways, and I'm
Hmm.
not a crier. So
I am.
I have to admit, I have a new profound respect for J-Lo that I
Hmm.
didn't have before, and I, like I said, I had no intentions of watching it. I was like, a fucking musical. Why?" Like, what makes you s I know you have a new album out. I know you're with the love of your life. This is fucking amazing, and as much as I love romantic music and R&B and, her music's good,
Right.
it's
Yep.
catchy. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't wanna hear 14 fucking songs about Ben and Jen.
Right.
I just wasn't for the ride. But to come find out that a lot of the music is as much about her healing the relationships of the past and her being totally vulnerable, totally transparent. I saw the documentary and watching her, she cries, she struggles, she talks about her insecurities. And I'm like, damn, you're a bad bitch. And you're on here talking about how you have a fear of failing, or you know what I mean? And it was like,
yeah.
and she's like 50 something years
Eye-opening.
old, but she's one of the most beautiful people on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a very beautiful woman. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
You have insecure, like, and I think what it did for me was remind me about celebrities being human.
Yes.
Right.
And that
That's
even
what I
though
was trying to
J-Lo
say.
comes off as this super celebrity, having all of the money in the world, the fact that she's, you know, in this moment concerned about how the world is gonna accept this project because she has so much love and passion for it. And we're creative people. We know how it is
You
when
know
you
how
love
that
something and
feels. Oh my God.
you put it out there and people are like,
Trashing it. Yeah. Yeah. It breaks your
and you're
heart.
like, I
Breaks your
gave my
heart.
heart and soul,
Yep.
you know? I have artwork that I've done, paintings that I'm like, those are badass. And other people are like, they're okay. And I'm like, what? Have you seen my stick, man? This is elevation. This is growth. This is progress. So thanks for bringing that up because
Yeah.
I totally forgot to put it on my list.
Me
And
too.
I
Me
did
too.
want to talk about it because it was really good. Like I said, it resonated. It
Okay.
resonated.
All right.
I'm in my
So
healing era.
back around to you, Des, because I went twice and Kari just finished on that one.
I want to. Okay, I'll talk about this. I want to see Dune. It's like a movie that just came out. I guess it's
Yes.
new. It's
It's
like
on the
a
list.
science fiction, action, adventure, fantasy. I think, and there's a second one coming out too, or something, right?
No, this is the second one.
This is the second one. Okay. For some reason, I think it's okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
I
so-
want to see it too. I
Like you
haven't
said-
seen the first one either. So
You got
I
to
don't
see
know.
the first one. You have to see
Or the
the
second
first
one's
one.
not going to make sense.
Right.
Okay.
And you also need to know that this is a remake.
Okay.
The first one was a remake. I can't even tell you how long ago the first one came out. The original came out, but
I want to
did-
say the 80s or the 90s.
I'm thinking
Okay.
even like late 80s. Because it
Yeah, so I
has
said
that
80s or
vibe,
90s.
you know, that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, even though it's a weird kind of movie in and of itself. So the part 1 came out in 2021.
There we go. Okay. We'll have to check it out. I'll have to
It's
do
based on a book.
binge watch.
The book was published in 1965.
Zendaya's in part 1.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
She was bomb.
What?
Yeah.
Jason
yeah.
Momoa?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I guess
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sold.
I saw.
You know, I got to see it now.
I saw 1984.
Oh wow.
That's when the first one came out.
That's
Well,
dope.
let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. Maybe that'll be our project this week. We'll all see Dune.
Is it out? It's not out yet. Is it out? What's the release?
Well, we could go see part 1. Well,
Yes.
you've seen part 1.
I'll watch it again.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have a question. Okay,
Hold
go
up.
ahead. You do it.
Fans.
You do it first.
Your homework is to watch Dune. Okay? And next week we're gonna have a pop quiz
2021
on Dune
version.
2021 part 1. Go ahead. Hit it, Desiree.
Okay, I wanted to know, what do you guys think about the new Beyonce single? Do you like it?
Haven't heard it.
You haven't heard it yet? Okay. It's the Texas Hold'em one. So, okay.
Go ahead.
Never mind then.
No, go ahead. No, I want
you to start, Desiree.
No. Okay, so I guess, I don't know. A lot of people are giving like Taylor Swift slack or whatever because she was like, when she got into music, right? She was
Uh-huh.
country. And now I don't know if she like talked shit about country or country artists or something,
Who,
and she
Taylor
went
Who,
into
Swift?
the whole,
Beyonce?
yeah, no, Taylor Swift, and then she went
Okay.
into the whole pop direction. So then it's like the country scene like shit on her, or whatever, right? So it, like I said, it's just kind of ironic because now Beyonce's got a song and it's country themed. So
I
she's
had
like
heard
top
about that.
number one.
Yeah. Okay.
She's top number one on the country scene. Beyonce is, and it's just like, like I said, it's just kind of ironic that, you know. So I guess like, but I think it's like Beyonce went back to her roots, right? Because like a long time ago, I'm not gonna say like Destiny's Child was like country,
Nope.
but they were right. They were like R&B, right? So no comments. Okay, chirping.
No. I'm sorry, because I stopped.
Crickets.
I stopped because I pulled out an article that says Beyonce's country song "Daddy Lessons" rejected by Grammys. So I was just trying to see
Oh,
what that was about.
I
I
didn't know
think
that.
I think the problem is the song has a country feel to it,
Okay.
but I don't really think the industry is accepting
Classify.
it as a quote
So
unquote country song.
So what it
And
says here
Okay.
in Rolling Stone is to what you're saying. According to a story by the AP, Beyonce submitted Daddy Lessons for nomination in the country category, but the Academy's Country Music Committee shunned the song.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't see anything wrong with artists stepping into other genres of music.
Categories. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Yeah,
what
I
I
get what
feel
you're.
like
Mm-hmm.
is that, oh, look who just showed up, Jason. Did somebody go get you? We were talking about you earlier in the show. What I do feel like is that it just doesn't feel authentic. You know what I mean? And it feels like one of those situations where it's like, "Oh, I've done everything I can do in R&B. Let me go take over somebody else's genre."
Right.
And a lot of people talked about how Taylor Swift started in country, but she didn't intentionally end up in pop. A lot of country stars like Shania Twain and Carrie
Right.
Underwood, and like there's a lot
Doing
of
what they
country
do.
stars
Yeah.
who just their music doesn't necessarily fit into the country only category, and so they're very pop-ish, and
So
it kind of gets adapted
diversify.
naturally. Right.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
was
That's
not that
Okay.
situation. This
this.
was, we're gonna make a country album, but it doesn't have the country feel to it. You know what I mean?
And
Ah.
I think because like going back to Shania Twain, Carrie Underwood, they get hugely popular doing what they do, and what happens is, quiet as it's kept, you will find a lot of R&B or pop writers write for them and then
Yeah, like a
produce
ghostwriter.
them, and then that little bit of seasoning to what they do helps them lean into these other categories. So you've got a lot of artists who made their money on in another category completely, sticking their toe into country, and not even their toe, like their whole leg, if you will, and they are what helps those artists move into these other genres. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's not that Beyonce doesn't have access to that same kind of talent pool,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna say this: I am not a hater. Do not come
Right.
for me. Do not
Same.
MF and come for me. I'm not a hater. However, I do sometimes feel like Ms. B thinks that because she's Beyonce, she's entitled to do whatever the F she wants, and that we have to bow down and love it without
Okay.
question. That's that's kind of how I feel about her sometimes.
I also feel like she is very vocal when other people do the same in her category. So
Okay.
for me, it's like double standards. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking great at what you do. You're the queen of R&B or whatever, the queen of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I get that you want to venture out into other things. So, but I feel like maybe if she would have collaborated with a famous country person first,
Yeah,
or
that
maybe
would
the
have
way
been
she's
better, in
going
my
about
opinion.
it. Yeah, maybe the way she's going about it just comes off very arrogant, and you're going to love it. I personally don't like the song that came out. I'm sick of hearing it, and every time I hear it, it's playing in my head right now, and I just want to like scream.
Well, I am
I
so
came
glad I
in
haven't
there.
heard it.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, ma'am. And then the fact that now, like, for me, it's like then you show up to the awards and you're dressed with the blonde hair and the cowboy hat, and it's like you're trying to reinvent yourself, but this ain't how you do it. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
It's true. I heard it's like a type of song that you either love it or you hate it. There's no in between. There's no borderlines. You'll either like it or you won't. So
Okay. Well, on that note,
it's about that time.
it's about that time.
Cheers.
BK, where you at, bro? Where you at?
Wait, you gonna skip all the way to that already?
Oh,
we got other things to do before we get to those.
oh, my bad. I wanted to make sure BK got that info.
No, but let me reel myself back in. Call him out now so he can come back to the screen.
That's what I
so
was
that
doing.
he be there when it pops up. So we're gonna start with
BK.
this promo first.
Where you at?
Hey.
First and foremost, April 12th to the 14th in Chicago, Illinois, June 28th to the 30th in Miami, Florida, October 25th to the 27th in Edison, New Jersey, and December 6th to the 8th in Washington, D.C. is EXXXOTICA's 2024 date. Get your tickets at EXXXOTICA.tv. And ladies, free Friday. Make sure you come out, sign up for your tickets, and we will see you on Fridays where ladies are free.
And next.
But make sure you save the date, September 13th to the 15th, 2024 for the 420 Expo, where it is the one and only the best cannabis show on earth. Make sure you follow us on social media at the 420 Expos and 420expo.com for your tickets.
Oh,
and now
the moment BK _ Dick has been waiting for.
BK penis. I mean,
this right here. These are the handles. These are
the ones. You can follow me on X, Twitter, Platinum, PUZZY, and the number 1. Or you can go to all my links at queenofbbw.com.
Yeah. And those are them right there. I'm not even reading that. That's what they are.
It's not Casey during the day. It's Casey at night.
No, it's
not Casey all night.
All night.
Casey
Yes,
all
night.
All night long. Where's Casey?
All night.
All night long.
Casey's
See,
all
I
night.
feel like I need to grab that now.
Yeah.
Casey
Right.
all night. Be like, how long is your show? All night.
All night.
All night.
It's all night.
So I want you guys to come in. Make sure you guys keep it locked and loaded right here on YouTube, Twitter, and all of the other Exotica social media. I have something special for next week. I'll be sending it to Casey this weekend. So it will air next week.
Cool.
And I'm super excited. So yeah, make sure you guys tune in. Thank you, Jason, for showing up. Even though you were late, we're gonna let you get a pass because you did come in. So I don't know if someone reached out to you and was like, "You better get your ass in there."
Oh.
But we're happy that you showed up because you were missed.
Yes.
Everybody else, Zany, Whitney, Alex, BK Dick Cancer, and all of the other Christopher, and all of the other amazing people that showed up for our show today. We want to say thank you. If you're watching the replay, we want to say thank you. We will be back next week. Same time, same bat channel, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on EXXXOTICA.tv. That's EXXXOTICA.tv. Back to you, Casey.
Bye.